Namaste. I, Nitika Chapal, Assistant Professor, Jyoti Vidyapeeth, Faculty of Pharmaceutical Sciences. Today our topic is colloidal dispersion in physical pharmaceutics. Second, dispersion system. What are dispersion system? It is defined as a heterogeneous two-phase system in which internal phase is distributed or dispersed throughout the external phase. Internal phase is also termed as dispersed phase, while external phase is known as continuous phase or dispersion medium. The internal and external phase may be solid, liquid, and gases. The particles of dispersed phase may range in size from particles of atomic and molecular dimensions to particles whose size is measured in millimeters. Now, what are the classification and general characteristics of dispersion system? Dispersion systems on the basis of dispersed particle size are categorized in three phases. The first one is molecular dispersion, the second one is colloidal dispersion, and the third one is force dispersion. First one, in molecular dispersion, the particle size ranges from less than 1 nanometer, means they are in very small size. They are in very small size. So particles are invisible to naked eyes, not seen by electron microscope. The particles can pass through filter paper and semi-permeable membrane. Particles undergo diffusion. Particles do not settle down in the bottom of the phase. For example, sugar in water, NaCl in water, oxygen in water, glycerine in water, they produce molecular dispersion. In colloidal dispersion, particle size between 1 nanometer to 0.5 micrometer, it ranges. It ranges from 1 nanometer to 1000 nanometer. Particles not detected by ordinary microscope. In this, particles can be seen by electron or ultra microscope. In this, particles can pass through filter paper. In this system, particles cannot pass through semi-permeable membrane, and in this system, particles diffuse very slowly. Particles settle down under high centrifugation. So this type of system is called as colloidal dispersion. And examples of these type of systems are colloidal gold, protein insulin, cheese milk, paint, jelly, etc. And in coarse dispersion, there are particle size greater than 0.5 micrometer, means it is higher than 1000 nanometer, means the particle size are very large. Particles are visible under ordinary and also under electron or ultra microscope. If we see particles, they cannot pass through ordinary filter paper. Particles do not dialyze through semi-permeable membrane, and particles do not diffuse. Particles settle down very down due to gravity. They normally and easily settle down. For example, sand in water, emulsion, suspension, red blood cells are the examples of colloidal dispersions. No, the example of coarse dispersion. In colloidal dispersion is a heterogeneous system which is made up of dispersed phase and dispersion medium. The particle size of dispersed phase ranges from 1 nanometer to 1000, which we know in our characterization system, right? Dispersed phase can be defined as the very fine particle dispersed in the solution, while dispersion medium can be defined as the solution in which the substances or fine particles are uniformly distributed or dispersed, we can say. In case of dust, solid particles are dispersed in air as a dispersion medium. It is an example of a colloidal dispersion. Now, what are the types of colloidal dispersion? On the basis of physical state of dispersed phase, that the dispersed phase has which physical state and dispersion medium, colloidal dispersion are classified into 8 different categories. Now, what are the 8 different categories? They are various types. First one is foam, second one is solid foam, third one is liquid aerosol, fourth one is emulsions, fifth one is gels, sixth one is solid aerosols, Seventh one is soul, which are also called as colloidal suspension. Seventh one is soul. Eighth one is solid soul, which are also called as solid suspension. Now, for example, if we take dispersed phase as solid and dispersion medium as solid, then the type of colloidal dispersion that is formed is solid soul. For example, pearls, gemstone, pigmented plastics, etc. If we take solid as dispersed phase and liquid as dispersion medium, the type of colloidal system or dispersion that is formed is soul. For example, paste, ink, paint, gold, etc. If we take solid as dispersed phase and gas as dispersion medium, then the colloidal dispersion that is formed is solid aerosol. For example, smoke, dust. If we take liquid as a dispersed phase and solid as a dispersion medium, then the colloidal dispersion that is formed is gel. For example, butter, cheese, which we eat in our daily lives. For example, and others are jellies, which children's also like. Then liquid, if we take liquid as a dispersed phase and liquid as a dispersion medium, then it is formed emulsion. For example, milk, which we take in our daily life every day. So, and some like very much the milk, and other one is rubber, cream, lotion, etc. Third, if we take liquid as a dispersed phase and liquid gas as a dispersion medium, then the type of colloidal system that is formed is liquid aerosol. For example, mist, fog, dust, hairspray. And if we take gas as a dispersed phase and dispersion medium as solid, then the type of colloidal system that is formed is solid foam. For example, pumic stone, sponge, silica gel. If we take gas as a dispersed phase and liquid as a dispersion medium, then the system that is formed is foam. For example, soap, beer, lemonade, whipped cream, froth. These are the examples. If we take gas as a dispersed phase and gas as a dispersion medium, then the type of dispersion that is formed is uh, nothing. Then we take gas as a dispersed phase and gas in the dispersion medium, then it doesn't exist because gases are completely miscible into each other. So they can't form a colloidal system. So there is no formation of any type of colloidal system, because when the dispersion medium is gas and the dispersed phase is gas, it does not form any system and it does not exist. Okay. Now, what are the types of sols? Depending upon the liquid used, there are four types of sols. For example, first one is aquasol or hydrosol. Second one is benzasol. Now, the third one is alkosol, and the fourth one is organosol. When the dispersion medium is liquid and the colloidal dispersion is and the dispersed phase is also liquid, then the dispersion medium or dispersion system which is formed is known as sol. In aquasol, when water is used as dispersion medium, that is called as aquasol. But when benzene is used as dispersion medium, then it is called as benzasol. And in alkosol, what happens when we use alcohol as a dispersion medium, that it is called as alkosol. And in the fourth form, when we use any organic compound as a dispersion medium, then it is called as organosol. Aerosol, when gas is used as dispersion medium, the solution is called aerosol. Okay. Now, size and shape of colloidal particles. What are the size and shape of colloidal particle? Firstly, we see what are the particle size. The color of colloidal dispersion affected by the size of the particle present in it. If the particle in a red gold sol are large in size, then the dispersion occurs shows blue color. And if anytime antimony and arsenic trisulfide are in the particles, then the color is red color. On decreasing particle size, then it becomes yellow in color. Based on the size of dispersed phase, there are three types of dispersion medium. For example, molecular dispersion, colloidal dispersion, and coarse dispersion. In molecular dispersion, the particle size is less than 1 nanometer, which we discussed earlier. In colloidal dispersion, the particle size ranges from 1 nanometer to 1000 nanometer. In coarse dispersion, the particle size is higher than 1000 nanometer. In a solution, the size of a colloidal particle can be calculated by two methods: calculating the volume of the particle in a given number with the help of an ultra microscope by analyzing the dispersed phase concentration. If m is the total amount of dispersed phase reversal, n is the number of particles per ml of sol, and d is the density of dispersed phase, then the volume of a single particle can be calculated by the formula, which is v equals to m upon nd. If particles are assumed to be cube shaped, then v equals to L to the power 3, and where L is the length of one side of a cube. Okay, then the formula will be L to the power 3 equals to m upon n by d. In spherical shape, it is v equals to 4 divided by 3 pi r to the power 3, where r is the radius of particle. Okay, because of their size, colloidal particles may be separated from different particles by technique of separation called dialysis. Now we study about what are the particle shapes of colloidal system or colloidal dispersion. The shape of colloidal particle is also important because it depends on the preparation methods and particle affinity to the dispersion medium. The colloidal color is also influenced by the shape of colloidal particles. For example, gold particles, they are of two types, and matlab means they are in two shapes. First one is spherical and the second one is disc shape. In spherical shape, it is of red color, and disc shape, it is of blue color. Particle shape is also related to pharmacological action. Importance of colloidal shape: the more extended particles, the greater its specific surface and the greater opportunity for attractive forces to be developed between particles of dispersed phase and dispersion medium. Now, shape of colloidal particles may affect the properties, and the properties are flow of particles, sedimentation rate, osmotic pressure. These three properties that affect by the particle size. Now, shapes of some colloidal particles, they are of globular shape. For example, in surfactant, poliomyelitis, in this, the shape of the colloidal particles are spheres and globules. And in some shapes like some microorganisms, serum albumin, microcrystalline cellulose, in this, they are in short rods and prelate epilogues. And in sometime it is present in long rods and threads, and somewhere it is present in loosely coiled threads, and somewhere it is present in branch thread, for example in cellulose and asbestos. Now, classification of colloids. What are the classification of colloids? Depending upon the nature of the interaction between the dispersion medium and the dispersed phase, colloid can be classified as three categories. First one is lipophilic colloids, second one is lipophobic colloids, third one is association colloids. Now, what is the meaning of lipophilic? Lipophilic means, lipo means liquid and the philic means loving. Okay, as we know in previous classes, what are the lipophilic means? Water loving. Okay, liquid loving. They are also called as intrinsic colloid. If the dispersed phase interact to a great extent when the dispersion medium, then colloid is called lipophilic colloids. Example: starch, rubber, protein. Type 2 hydrophilic colloids, and the second one is lipophilic colloids. In hydrophilic, they are water loving, and in lipophilic, they are water hating, or we can say lipid loving. In hydrophilic colloid, if the dispersion medium is water, then they are called as hydrophilic colloids. For example, acacia is dissolved in water, then it forms hydrophilic colloid. And if we add insulin in water, then it forms hydrophilic colloid. In lipophilic colloid, if dispersion medium is non-aqueous organic solvent, then they are called lipophilic colloids. For example, rubber in non-aqueous solvent, then it is called as lipophilic colloid. Now, what are the preparation steps of this lipophilic colloid and hydrophilic colloid? Affinity of lipophilic substances for dispersion medium leads to spontaneous formation of colloidal dispersion. For example, acacia or tragacanth, methyl cellulose, widely dispersed in water. Reversible in nature, they are deadly reconstituted by simple mixing. If we shake it, then they reversible in nature. They form, they goes back to the state that they are in previously. Now, viscosity increases on addition of dispersed phase. In lipophobic colloids, also called extrinsic colloids, in which lyo means liquid, which is same as lyophilic colloids. And now, what is the meaning of phobic? Phobic means phobia, means hating, which we hate. If the dispersed phase has little or no affinity to interact with dispersion medium, then the colloid is also called. Then the colloid is called as lyophobic colloid. Example: dispersion of oil droplets that are dispersed in water, dispersion of water droplets in oil, inorganic particles source that are dispersed in water. For example, gold, silver, iodide, sulfur, source of metallic hydroxide that are dispersed in water. They make lyophobic colloids. They are thermodynamically unstable. They require the stabilizing agent for their preservation. So they need specialized stabilizing agent for long life. Irreversible, they are irreversible in nature. For example, their reconstitution is very difficult. Viscosity does not increase in it on addition of dispersed phase. And its preparation, they require some special methods to prepare. Lyophobic colloid preparation has two steps. By two methods they can be prepared. First one is dispersion method and the second one is condensation method. In dispersion method, colloidal mill, electric arc, ultrasonic waves are the different methods by which dispersion, colloidal dispersion are prepared. Lyophobic dispersion are prepared. And in condensation method, chemical reaction and deposition form saturation solution, they can be prepared. Dispersion method. In dispersion method, the principle is breakdown of coarse material to colloidal size range is achieved, and that is achieved by colloidal mill and electromagnetic waves. In colloidal mill, by sharing coarse materials between two rapidly rotating plates set close together of colloidal mill. And in electromagnetic wave, depend on the passage of electronic waves at frequency more than 20,000 cycles per second through dispersion medium, so lead to breakdown of coarse particles dispersed in liquid. The third one is electric arc. By production of an electric arc within a liquid due to heat generated by the arc, some of the metal of the electrodes is dispersed as vapor which condense to form colloidal particles. Milling and grinding process can be used, but their efficiency is very low. So we don't use milling and grinding process. And by these three, which I referred previously, are very much used by all the peoples to prepare colloidal dispersion. Peptidization is the other technique. It is the process in which aggregates are break into colloidal size particles in the presence of peptizing agent, which may be liquid electrolytes and non-electrolytes. Condensation method, its principle is aggregation of subcolloidal size into particles within colloidal size. Now, what are the different types and What are the different steps? It involves rapid production of supersaturated solution of colloidal material. Under certain conditions, colloidal material deposited as colloidal particles in the dispersion medium. So supersaturated occurs by solvent change. Sulfur is dissolved in ethanol, then by adding water give colloidal sulfur. The second method is chemical reaction. Chemical reaction include reduction reaction, oxidation reaction, or hydrolysis reaction, and double decomposition. For example, colloidal silver iodide, they can be obtained by a reaction between solution of silver nitrate, which is called AgNO3, and potassium iodide, which is Ki. So if we add Ki in AgNO3, then it will form AgI plus KNO3. So uh, the colloidal dispersion of silver iodide is prepared by this reaction, that is included a chemical reaction. Second is, for example, colloidal sulfur. They can be obtained from reaction between solution of sodium thiosulfate and HCl. And the other example we can include is colloidal hydrated ferric oxide, in which it is obtained from boiling ferric chloride with excess water. So these all are the examples of chemical reactions. Now, what are associated colloids? For example, soap we see and synthetic detergents in our daily life. So that are related to what? That are in the form of association colloids. They can be considered as amphiphilic colloids. Now, what are amphiphilic? Which have water loving and water hating properties both. Okay. Now, association colloids, they form micelles. When surfactant molecule present at low concentration in liquid medium, the amphiphils exist separately. Okay. Then at a CMC level, they form a micelle. Okay. Now micelle contain 50 or more monometers. Diameter of each micelle is 50 angstrom. Angstrom is the term they can be replaced by 50 nanometers. So they are within size range of colloids. Critical micelle concentration. Now what is critical micelle concentration? The concentration at which micelle begin to form is called CMC. Okay, what is the full form of CMC? That is for critical missile concentration. And amphiphilic means what? Which have a polar head and which have a non-polar head. Okay, both are in the hydrophilic and hydrophobic. They have both the things, hydrophilic and hydrophobic. Below CMC, what happens below CMC? At a water level, they are in polar heads, and with hydrophilic and hydrophobic, both the ends. And above CMC, they form a micelle when CMC is reached. Okay. Now, what are the properties of dispersed phase? They are in lipophilic colloids, they are mostly organic molecules, and in lyophobic colloids, they are largely inorganic molecules, and in association colloids, they are aggregation of surface active agents. And in what are the properties of nature of interaction of lyophilic colloids? They have stronger nature of interaction, and in lyophobic colloid they have little nature of interaction, and in association colloids they form aggregates and they solvate. And they have very less charged solvated agents, which is called as lyophilic colloid. And in lyophobic colloid they are highly charged in nature, and in association colloid they are charged micelle solvated. And in lyophilic colloid, they are prepared readily from solution, and in lyophobic colloid, special methods are required. And in association colloids, readily form when concentration is equal to CMC. Viscosity of dispersion is higher than the medium of above in lyophilic colloids, and in lyophobic colloids nearly same as the dispersion medium, and in association colloid viscosity of dispersion increases but not apparently. And in reversibility case, in lyophilic colloid they are reversible in nature, and in lyophobic colloids they are irreversible in nature, and in association colloids they are reversible in nature. Okay, they are the different types and basicity of colloidal dispersion. Now, what is the conservation technique? When the opposite charge hydrophilic colloids are mixed, then there will be separation of colloid rich layer, that is known as conservate. डरा दिया। हाँ,